Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the Dry Lab. I'm Mark Romano and I'm one of the wildlife biologists for Alaska Maritime National Wildlife Refuge. And we're here aboard the Tiglax. And as I said, we're in the Dry Lab. This is one of the places on the ship where the biologists do their work. So here in the Dry Lab, we often process some of the samples that we get, small fish or crustaceans. And sometimes we even have bird samples that we process here as well. And I'll show you about that in just a second. As a biologist for the refuge, I primarily study seabirds. And I study seabirds in the Bering and Chukchi Seas. But we study seabirds throughout all of coastal Alaska. One of the primary things that we study are the productivity of the birds, or how many chicks they raise in any given year. But we study a lot of other things, like how their populations are doing and where they're migrating to after they're done breeding. And all of this takes place on the far-flung islands of our refuge. So today we have a common murre that we have found, unfortunately, dead on the refuge. But even dead birds will give us really crucial information on how the live birds are doing. So one of the basic things that we do when we collect a bird like this is we take some measurements of the bird. And that's very important because then we can compare the measurements of this bird to other birds to see how well this bird was doing. So first, before I handle the bird, I'm going to make sure that I put my gloves on because we have to be safe. Most birds that we find dead on the refuge likely died of natural causes, but you never know. There's always a chance that this bird died of a disease, and so we have to be careful. Now, we're going to take two measurements on this bird. The first will be of its bill, or as we call it, the culmen. And I'm going to use this device, which is called a caliper. And what this caliper does is it measures to the 1/10 of a millimeter, which is a very precise measurement. I'll show you how that's done right now. So we're going to measure just the hard part of this bird's bill from where the feathers end all the way to the tip. So I'll take my calipers and extend them out and then go all the way to the base. The culmen is 44.9 millimeters. I'm going to write that down in my book. Next, we're going to measure the wing. And I'll just use this simple ruler. We don't measure the whole wing outstretched. We just measure the wing from what we call the wrist here to the end of the feathers here. And the wing is 22.8 centimeters. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for visiting me in the Dry Lab, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time aboard the RV Tiglax.